fighting against Hamas after the Palestinian group accused it of endangering a 5-week-old Gaza truce by suspending prisoner release. The first phase of the truce, which has largely halted more than 15 months of devastating war in the Gaza Strip, is due to expire in early March, and details of a planned subsequent phase have not been agreed. With tensions again surging over the deal, Israel on Sunday announced an expansion of military operation in West Bank. Israel said on Sunday that it was delaying the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners it had planned to free the day before until Hamas met its conditions. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said that Israel was waiting to deliver the 620 Palestinian prisoners and detainees until the release of the hostages. The next round of hostages has been assured and without the humiliating ceremonies. That was a reference to recent handovers by Hamas that the UN official said went against international law because they were not respectful. The White House on Sunday backed Israel's decision to delay releasing the Palestinian prisoners, citing the barbaric treatment of Israeli hostages by Hamas. Both sides have said that they intend to start talks on a second stage, which mediators say aims to agree the return of all remaining hostages and the full withdrawal of Israeli troops. The 6 hostages freed on Saturday were the last living Israeli captives due to be handed over during the first phase of the ceasefire. The bodies of 4 dead Israeli hostages were to be released next week. The mother of Shelly, Shem Tov, said that the mission is not yet complete, asking for the release of all the hostages from Gaza. Tal Shoam and Evira Mengitsu were released first in southern Gaza's Rafah, followed by Elia Cohen, Omer Shem Tov and Omer Venkat, all seized from the site of the Nova Music Festival in Hamas' October 7, 2023 attack on southern Israel. Hamas later handed over a 6th hostage in Gaza City, Hisham al-Said, with no public ceremony. All right, DD India's Akshay Dongre joins us. Akshay, good morning. Now, we've told our viewers how Israeli Prime Minister has warned Hamas that it is ready to resume fighting. First of all, get us the current status of the hostage swap, of the hostage deal. How many hostages have been freed and how many are still more awaiting their freedom?
Well, Preeti, as of now, the total number of Israeli hostages that have been released by Hamas are 41. If you take the entire course of fighting in exchange of hundreds of Palestinians who have also been released by the Israeli authorities. Now, as far as the current status of the exchange is concerned, Israel has indefinitely delayed the next round of prisoner exchange. Now, Israel was to release over 600 prisoners that are from Palestine. In fact, over 250 of them are below the age of 18. In exchange of 6 Israeli hostages that were taken by Hamas as far as the attack on the Nova Festival is concerned in October 2023. Now, with the kind of exchanges that have been happening, the biggest concerns for the Israeli authorities have been the ceremonies that have been held by Hamas in Gaza during the release of Israeli prisoners. In the latest one, we saw where an Israeli hostage was seen kissing one of the Hamas fighters on the head. Now, there have been apprehensions by civic authorities, civil society members, and a lot of human rights groups as well, that all of these hostages that are being exchanged and are returned by Hamas can also be made to take part in the theatrics of trying to be grateful to the Hamas officials, Hamas fighters for releasing them, and the actions that are seen during the ceremonies can be under duress as well. And that perhaps is the reason why the Israeli authorities have made it clear that these prisoner exchange will be held without these ceremonies, which it called humiliating, before any round of further exchange of prisoners and hostages can take place.
All right, Akshay, also get us more as to how do we expect the days ahead to pan out, given the way their hectic parleys are going on by the international allies of Israel to end the conflict, and also at the same time we do not see Hamas budging. Get us more, put all this together. How do we expect the conflict likely to pan out in the coming few days?
Well, Preeti, that's to be honest, something that this conflict has told us or taught us is that everything is unpredictable. So, to be honest, nothing can be said for sure that how days ahead are going to pan out. However, one thing that seems likely is that because of the exchange in the government in the United States, there is a lot of pressure not only on Hamas but also on its Arab allies as well, and that perhaps is the reason why a prisoner exchange is the only likely scenario ahead in the future as well. Whereas how it's going to happen, that seems to be unsure as of now. With Israel has announced that it has indefinitely delayed the prisoner exchange. So Hamas has only one option to halt ceremonies it has been holding in a way that can be called propaganda by many as far as the prisoner exchange hostage exchange is concerned. So it is quite uncertain on as to how the situation is going to pan out, but prisoner exchange is likely to continue because the only other alternative to that is another full-blown war in the area.
All right, Akshay, thank you for joining in with those details and helping us understand the situation better. So that